Welcome to Academy Answers Podcast, a show dedicated to inspiring and providing actionable advice on life, business, happiness, success, and reaching your full potential. Have you ever felt frustrated that life isn't working out the way you expected? Have you been searching for answers without success? You've come to the right place. Each week, we bring you perspectives, ideas, and actionable content. We share with you proven and time-tested step-by-step strategies to help you live the life you deserve and make your dreams a reality. From health to finances to relationships to business, we provide the insights and strategies you need to reach your full potential. So buckle up and plug in, because Academy Answers Podcast is about to take you to a new level of personal success.
Morning, guys. How are you doing? Welcome to the Academy Answers Podcast. Thanks for joining us and thanks for listening. This is the podcast where we talk about happiness, success, full potential. And one listener told me that you're really talking about business, Lowen. And I'm like, yes, naturally, because I am an entrepreneur at heart. I'm an entrepreneur in practice. I'm a practitioner. And also, I am speaking about happiness, success, full potential, because particularly I am speaking of using your God-given talent to create the life that you want. And using your God-given talent and creating your life you want, and to get to happiness and to get to that freedom usually involve you being financially free, you being able to build systems that can sustain you economically. And when I speak this way, people think I am telling everybody to go establish a business, to go be a business owner, to set up something that you run, and you're a business owner, entrepreneur in the trenches every day. That is not the only way to create something that can serve you. I repeat, being a business operator is not the only way to create something that can serve you. You can be a doctor who like to practice medicine. You can be a lawyer who like to practice law. You can be a mechanic who like to practice fixing cars. And you don't want to be running a business selling cars or selling parts, or you want to be fixing cars. But there is a way to set up streams of income, to create something that is not dependent on you selling time for money. And that's the holy grail of creating something that can serve you. How do you duplicate yourself? How do you get off the concept and out of the frame of selling time for money? Why is that important? Because you cannot build wealth by going to work. I'll repeat that. You cannot build wealth going to work. You cannot build wealth selling time for money. You build wealth by putting people and systems to work. You build wealth by putting people or systems to work, because energy is finite, time is finite. You get 24 hours in a day. You're going to limit out, you're going to cap out. Anything can happen. There are the inevitables of life. You may be sick for a year. There may be a downturn in the industry. You may lose your job. Your industry might be going through a period, and your ability to trade time for money starts to cap out or start to dwindle, and your income disappears. But if you have systems and that is doing the work, you can scale much faster and you can build wealth. Let me get practical a little bit for you. before I go into what I wanted to speak on, and I think this is very important. There are people, for example, hairdressers, who are practicing their craft every day, but they have found a way to add something that is in the line of their hairdressing activity that is earning them without them actually have to do the work. Friend of mine, perfect example. She's a hairdresser for many years, so she has rented space that can fit 10 more hairdressers, and she rent spaces and hairdressing booths to each hairdresser. Half of those 10 people pay the overheads for the business. The other half goes straight into her pocket as profits, and her practice give her additional income also. There's it. She's not doing any fancy thing that she wouldn't be doing if she was a hairdresser, because she'd have to have a space, she'd have to be running the business, she'd have to be paying bills and everything if she was just a normal person. She don't have much heavy lifting. It doesn't stop her from practicing her craft. Guy I ran into in the bank one day, we got into a conversation. He's a principal. His wife is a principal. They acquired a building, a couple shops, a plaza, rental spaces. They bought the building, improved on it, doubled the value of the building, rent out the space, hire a property manager to handle it, and they gain huge amounts of passive income from that property every year. No business, they're practicing their craft and doing their thing. The idea is there's other people who work an office job, and in their spare time they learn how to invest in stock. They've built huge stock portfolios that is gaining them a lot of money in profits every year. That's what I mean when I say create something. And I give it a last example. There is a guy on the internet, many people. Some people teaching language, some people teaching woodwork. There's Ted Woodworks, you can go Google it. That guy has made maybe $50 million from his training. There is people teaching Excel who's making $100,000 a year just from teaching people how to use Excel. And he has taken time out, he's mastered it over the time because he's practicing every day, he uses it a lot. And he has taken time out to polish his skills. And then he went on to create a course, 15 videos, 20 videos, 15 minutes each, 2 hours of his time, maybe some editing, maybe invested another $1,000 into it, and it's done. He's selling that every day, all day. He's going about his business. He's not babying it. He's not following it. He's not paying his staff. It's automatically delivered. The big concept here, and I know I'm going off far beyond the topic that I'm supposed to do, but maybe I should just continue in this topic because you know how my podcast is. The big point here is that understanding first of all that your job is not the only way to get paid for what you know. And that's the problem, or that's the dilemma that the middle class have found themselves in. They are spooked into believing that being employed by someone is the only way to get paid for what they know and what they do. And it's something that rubs me really wrong, because when you look at the economy, the world in which we live, what happens every day, the trades, the functioning of the economy, it is built on the backs of the middle class. They pay the taxes, they do the work, they create the ins and outs of the economy that you live in. They teach your kids, they take care of people at the hospital, they pump the fuel, get fuel out to you, they build the cars, all of that. They make these telecommunication devices run, all that stuff. However, they are abused by corporations who have found a way to for want of a better word, trap them and enslave them, mainly in the mind. And I was discussing with a friend yesterday that it is one of the most disingenuous concepts in corporate is that a figure goes with a position. It doesn't go with value. So if you are a client relations officer, for example, corporate has already established that your salary caps out at 100,000 per year, for example. That's it. It's 100,000 per year, caps out there. There you go. If they expect a client relations officer to bring in 50 million in business, and they put your salary as 100 per year. If you bring in 500 million in business, there is hardly any way for you to get paid above that 100,000 unless you're on a commission basis. But outside of that, if you are a regular worker, if you are anybody who gets a salary, gets a paycheck, get an hourly rate, it doesn't matter the value you bring, you'll be capped. And even if you're bringing 3 times the value of the average person in that position, you're capped. It's not going to go any further. We don't pay that. That's not our pay structure, and it's locked in. So you will have great talents that get buried in the system at mediocre levels. And these talents tend to buy into this, and they're trapped, and they trap themselves into this system that doesn't serve them, that doesn't appreciate them, that doesn't speak to their worth, and doesn't give them any. And all they're seeking is a promotion to be abused at a higher level, trading one misery for the next. But the golden thing is that this world has changed significantly. This world no longer have gatekeepers. This world is an open field for anybody to come out here, master their craft, find a way to build systems around that craft, and channel unlimited streams of income to them from markets that they've never seen or heard of in their lives, because of information technology, because of the internet. You can be making labels and making you can be making designs for people in Australia, Lebanon, Jerusalem, you name it, and you've never been there, you've never seen these people, but the way you come out here and you present it on the internet, you're able to attract clients from anywhere. My point is, and I know I've gone off into a different topic than what I planned. I'll do the other topic tomorrow. But the point is understanding that you not only have unlimited potential, you have unlimited opportunities. 50 years ago, it would have taken a company or anybody who wants to put something out there, it had taken them 6 months to reach 5 million people by radio. Today, you can reach 50 million people in 6 minutes. That's it. So the opportunities are endless. I think it was Walt Disney who said that there's no shortage of opportunities. There's a shortage of imagination. He's a Walt Disney or Sam Walton. There's no shortage of opportunity. There's a shortage of imagination. And there's fear, there is the stories we tell ourselves, there's a comfort zone, there's a slothfulness, there's a laziness, there's an indiscipline, there's all the other stuff that goes into holding people back and make them don't move and stop them from achieving their goals. All that stuff is there. But one thing that is not talked about very often, that is a big obstacle in people who want to go forward, and that is being sold on the concept of scarcity. There is 500 people making cars. How will my car be different? But then there's Tesla. There are so many juices on the market. How will my juice get customers? Well, I grew up with about 4 different juices in the store. Now there is 400 different juices in the store. There is, and anything you can think of. There is more coming out every day, and everybody has their space. One of the greatest concepts you will get, you can wrap your head around when you come out here in the world trying to do something great, trying to come up with something amazing, is that there's abundance in the universe. Massive abundance. There's enough for everybody. You know, people are like, oh, everybody wants to be rich, and everybody can't make this, and everybody can do that, and some person has to do it. Look, you can take that approach. First of all, the worst belief system to take onto yourself is to put yourself in the everybody category. You're not everybody. You're not most people. And the second worst belief system is to believe that there's too much out there already. Because unless you have an attitude of abundance, you'll never come for your share of what's out there. And the people who say that, they're not even coming for a big piece of the pie. Usually they don't want much to live a decent lifestyle. It's not a big deal. Like, they could do it simple, but they don't believe in that. And that get in most people's way. So what I want to share with you, what I want to leave you with, since I went down this road unintentionally, is that there are three things that I want you to bear in mind. One, you not only have unlimited potential. We talked about that every day. This is not you can be anything you want to be. You have unlimited potential in the area that you have been given the natural predispositions to, the talent pool you have been gifted with, the inclinations. You have that unlimited potential in those areas. But there are also unlimited opportunities in the world for you to make the best, for you to reach your full potential and reap the benefits of your full potential. Many people are at their full potential and they are not reaping the benefits of their full potential. Remember that if a job pays you $30 per hour, they're not making $30 per hour, otherwise it wouldn't be profitable to them. They're making a premium on that 30 and they're paying you to keep it going. So they're making marginally, I don't know, $80 per hour from you, and they pay you 30 and they take 50. So, but there's a way, I'm telling you, to maximize the returns from your potential and create the life you want. I'm not telling you what type of life to create. I'm just saying the life you want. You know your desires. You know what you want to do. You know what you'd like to be doing. You know what you complain about all the time. You know what rubs you wrong. You know what you're living down. You know what you're suppressing. So go out there. Start to believe bigger for yourself. Start to accept the abundance in the universe and start to accept that you have unlimited potential and unlimited opportunities. Thank you guys. Always a pleasure. Thanks for listening. See you on the next podcast.
You've been enjoying the Academy Answers podcast, a show dedicated to inspiring and providing actionable advice on life, business, happiness, success, and reaching your full potential. Join us again next time for insights and strategies you need to reach your full potential here on Academy Answers podcast.